Kia ora koutou, ko Matthew Russelaho. I'm the Deputy Principal at Westlake Boys in charge of NCEA. In this presentation, I will cover the following points: what NCEA is, how it works, and how you can support your taitama with their studies. Before we begin, I will show a short 6-minute video from NZQA about NCEA.
Kia ora, hello. This film is designed to help you understand NCEA, the main qualification for secondary school kids in New Zealand. NCEA stands for the National Certificate of Educational Achievement, and it comes in 3 levels, cleverly named 1, 2 and 3. The key ingredients in NCEA are things called standards and credits. One leads to the other. With NCEA, there are still important national exams at the end of the year. We sometimes call it external assessment, but you can also be tested or assessed throughout the year. That's called internal assessment because it happens in school. It may sound like a lot more work, but let's face it, there are some things you can't test in a sit-down exam. Why write about delivering your mihi in te reo Māori when you could do it for real? Why just write about a science experiment when you could do the experiment in the lab and see the real results? With NCEA, subjects are divided up into all the things you need to know. They're called standards. Each standard is worth credits, and credits count towards the final qualification. It means that instead of doing a 3-hour exam on the whole subject of English, you could be assessed in separate standards about writing a business letter, analysing a text, making a film and giving speech. Some of these will be tested in an exam at the end of the year, and some will be assessed during the year. To get NCEA, you need to get enough credits, 80 at each level. At levels 2 and 3, 20 of the 80 credits can be from any level. You also need to achieve a minimum number of literacy credits, writing, speaking and listening skills, and numeracy credits, number, measurement and statistical skills. But these can be gained in a large number of different subjects. You can build up credits during the year, or even over more than 1 year, and once you've got credits, they last forever. And you can keep track of how many credits you're stacking up as you go along. When you get your results, you'll know how many credits you've got, but your results tell you a lot more than just NCEA Level 1 passed. When you log in to view your results for each standard, a letter will appear next to each one, N-A-M-E. They stand for Not Achieved, Achieved, Merit and Excellence. You can probably guess what Not Achieved means. Achieved, Merit and Excellence tell you how well you did in reaching the standard. One thing to remember is that these days, E is for excellence. It might pay to let your parents know that when they were at school, if you got an E, it was bad news. You won't get any more credits for getting merits and excellences, but there are good reasons for aiming high. If you get enough credits with merits or excellences, 50 to be exact, you'll get merit or excellence included in your NCEA qualification. It's called certificate endorsement, and everyone will know how well you've done. That will tell people you mean business. It's a good reason to keep aiming for merits and excellences, even after you've reached 80 credits. Merits and excellences can also be useful if you're doing well in particular courses or subjects. Course endorsement tells people you're especially good at a particular subject or course. If you get 14 credits with excellence in a particular course, say maths or music, you will have that course endorsed with excellence. Anyone who reads your results will see you've done particularly well at maths or music, or even both. That will come in handy when you're showing results to people after you've left school, for work, or going somewhere else to study. Vocational pathways are another way you can show what you've learnt. They also suggest the types of study options and job opportunities that you may be interested in looking into. You get a Vocational Pathways Award when you've completed one of the 6 industry pathways. You can get more than one Vocational Pathway Award. Neat, eh? You can use Vocational Pathways to show how your achievement relates to the learning or skills employers are looking for. Your time at secondary school is a bit like a journey. It might start off feeling like you're in a foreign land, but you soon start becoming more familiar with the territory, and you'll want to explore new places and ideas. Just like any journey, it helps to have an idea of where you want to go and a map so you can plan how to get there. You want to know the subjects you're studying are taking you in the right direction. Getting as many credits as you can is great, but it's important to think about what subjects you're getting credits in. If you're aiming for a job or university course, you need to get credits in the standards that will be useful to employers or that the university will expect to see in your results. Make sure you're on the right path. And remember, just because you've got university entrance doesn't mean you can just turn up for any university course you like. These days, universities want to see lots of E's in your results, another good reason for aiming high. So, a couple of important things to remember. Make sure the standards you're studying are going to give you the results you need so you can do what you want to do when you leave school. Because NCEA is recognised internationally, it means you can study at an overseas university. And make sure you're getting your best possible results, as many excellences and merits as possible. If you've got questions, talk to the experts, ask your teachers, go to the NZQA website www.nzqa.govt.nz or phone NZQA on 0800 697 296.
To summarise, NCEA is the National Certificate in Educational Achievement. It is made up of 3 separate certificates called Level 1, 2 and 3. The key jargon to be familiar with is course, standards, credits and the certificate. A course is divided up into standards, and each standard is allocated a number of credits ranging from 2 to as many as 14 for large portfolio projects. Credits build up to the certificate and are also used to pass each course. Key differences from school certificate are that NCEA is based on achieving a standard of performance, whereas School C was based on a percentage of correct answers and a number of students passing. NCEA subjects are broken up into smaller units of work called standards, whereas School C was one exam that covered all of the material. At Westlake, the Level 1 NCEA certificate is attained by Year 11 students, with some assessments being sat for this by Year 10 students. Level 2 in Year 12, Form 6, and then Level 3 in Year 13, Form 7. For the majority of trades and further education pathways from school, Level 2 NCEA in Year 12 is the minimum qualification required. Westlake courses are broken up into standards. For example, in Year 11 English, there are 6 units of work, each worth 3 or 4 credits. Information on what units are in Westlake courses is available on SchoolPoint. The links in this presentation should work in the PDF copy I have posted in the Documents section of the parent portal, which is portal.westlake.school.nz. Continuing with the English example, some standards are internals and some are externals. Internal standards are set during the year and are marked and moderated by Westlake teachers under NZQA rules and procedures. External standards are set in the November-December examinations. In this example, there are 3 external standards for English. Each standard is based on 1 hour, and the 3 standards are set together in 1 3-hour exam. If a Westlake course is chosen to use only 2 standards that are assessed externally at the end of the year, then there will be only 2 hours worth of examination. A small number of Westlake courses do not have any external assessment, which means they are entirely internally assessed. Putting it all together, senior students take 6 subjects. Each course is made up of about 4 to 7 standards, making up about 18 to 24 credits or so. All of these credits count towards the level certificate. It's not uncommon for Westlake students to have up to 140 credits on offer over a year. Of note, Westlake courses may use standards from a variety of subjects. For example, faculty leaders may choose to use 1 chemistry standard and combine this with some biology standards to make a bespoke Westlake course for our students. From the 120 plus credits on offer, Students at Level 1 need to achieve 80 credits to be awarded their Level 1 certificate. Credits for the certificate can come from any year. Some credits are tagged as literacy and numeracy rich. Students must have in their 80 credits at least 10 literacy and 10 numeracy tagged credits. These can come from more subjects than just maths and English. And at Level 2, the requirement is 80 credits. However, 20 can come from any level. Now this is where it gets more complicated. So for learners who have passed more than 20 Level 1 credits, and that's the vast majority of Westlake boys, the real target then becomes 60. This is the same for Level 3. So where the full 80 applies is for new students to New Zealand who arrive later in their later years of school who do not have the lower level credits. For example, an exchange student arrives in year 13, sits NCEA Level 3 standards. This student would need the full 80 credits as they don't have any lower levels completed to bring that 20 with them. Achieving credits and counting them up to 80 is not a very high bar, especially considering there's 120 plus on offer. And here at Westlake, we strive to do the best we can. For each standard, achievement can be at achieved level, merit, or excellence. The next highest bar above your level certificate of your 80 is to achieve a total of 50 credits at a higher level. So that's like 50 credits at merit level, for example. And this enables you to have an endorsement added to the certificate. An even higher bar, one that we celebrate here at a special Scholars Assembly in Term 1 each year, is for those students who have passed 14 credits or more in a Westlake course at excellence level. Passing all 6 subjects with excellence endorsement takes commitment and hard work, and these are our top academics. It is helpful to know a little bit about the rules regarding assessment, especially for internal standards. The internal standards set during the year carry the same importance towards the course and certificate endorsements as the final externally examined standards. In fact, 60% of all credits awarded to Westlake boys are from these internal standards, so being present for them is critical. If, for valid reasons such as illness, school-sanctioned trips and bereavement, a student will or has missed an assessment, then that student needs to apply for a change of date. Completing the change of date or missed assessment form before a trip is important to have the assessment date change approved. In the case of illness, completing it as soon as possible upon returning to school is the correct thing to do. Now please note that family holidays are not a valid reason for a change of date. And these rules are to ensure a fair and valid assessment and uphold the rigour and credibility of the NCEA qualification, which is recognised by overseas universities. External exams have their own rules and procedures as well. These are mostly exams, the externals. However, some portfolio subjects such as art and technology are also externally assessed. The examination timetable is available online now. If a student is unable to complete an external exam, they can apply through the school to have a derived grade based on our mock exam results. Now, strict criteria apply for derived grades, but a moral here is that our school mock exams are a critical insurance against the unexpected happening at the end of the year. Further information on students' rights and responsibilities is available in the NCEA Student Handbook, available on the Parent Portal as well. Also, the Westlake Boys High School examination rules are found there too. I would encourage you to be familiar with these so that you're able to assist your son along their NCEA journey. A note on university entrance. UE is a separate to qualification to NCEA and is controlled by New Zealand universities. The current criteria are a Level 3 certificate, 3 subjects passed with 14 credits, and that's like a similar old version of 3C passes. And one thing to note on this is that not all Westlake subjects are university approved. The majority are, and there is information on School Point outlining which ones these are. And an additional requirement for UE is 5 reading and 5 writing credits. Now these are different from the Level 1 literacy credits, and also 10 numeracy credits, which are the same as the level 1 requirement, so most of our Year 13 students don't have to worry about the numeracy. To finish, how can you help your son with their learning and achievement? Firstly, logging into the portal and tracking their attendance is a great start. Achievement data shows a clear correlation between poor attendance and poor academic results. You can also track their progress in achieving standards on the portal. Importantly, asking your son to log into their NZQA profile will check that our school results have been transferred to NZQA correctly, as this is where the official qualification comes from, not on the portal. Exam results and certificates, transcript requests are also all done through the NZQA login. Above all else, encourage good time management skills, which boys typically lack. By asking when their next assessment will be, you can spur them on to be more organised. If they don't know, checking on the class team or asking their teacher is the next step. Thank you for listening to this presentation. If you have questions or concerns after reading the information on the portal and the links in the presentation, please get in touch with one of the people listed on this slide. Kia pai tō rā.